We try to do it
with like Worthy and Mason. How did we become friends?
Oh, we weren't friends.
We hated each other.
Whoopsie.
Because we were in the same bib squad. She was like super proactive with everything and like she was like bossing everyone around and I was like, no.
Because no one was doing
like, let's just like
anything.
hang out. Like super annoying.
And she was sitting there, so I put her to work.
I remember when I came home, my dad was like, oh, like I like know like the dad of like one of the girls that's like in your grade. It's like Natalie Madden. Do you know her? Do you think you'll be friends with her? And I was like, no.
How did we actually become friends though?
We were looking at Oreo recipes.
We try to do it
with like Worthy and Mason.
I feel like they tried to spoonful and it's like, this is too much. And Lily and I were like having both.
We loved it.
And then a Mystique like every midnight.
Oh,
we
yeah.
just go
We'd go
the
just,
pantry,
like,
just get
Nutella
and then get cookies and smush them together with Nutella.
There's these like buckets of frosting. We just like eat like spoonfuls of frosting because like my mom doesn't really like let us like eat like
sugar
food like that, and so we would just like sneak into the pantry, do an imitation of me, like
what? Send it.
Natalie's like, I love running and I love to play squash and I love Mason. Chocolate, I love chocolate.
What is your favorite memory we have shared together?
We've gone to Mystique a couple of times together. I like when we're just in the room like showering, getting ready for everything.
Looking at our burns. Walking around and looking at each other. Walking around and looking at each other.
Do we disagree about anything? If so, what? I feel like we have different tastes in guys.
And what they look like.
Well, no, like, people just look like what they look like.
Oh, salty and I'm sweet.
Oh, yes, this is it. She loves all sweet food, and I like salty food.
Like, 6 in the morning, she'd have a cheeseburger.
Yes, I'd have a cheeseburger at any hour
that's
of the day.
just like, no. Who was my first crush at BB&N?
Mason?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Will Hurley? You thought he was really cute.
I thought Will Hurley was really cute.
And then you went to Marcus.
Then I like Marcus, then I like James Lanphier, then I like Jack Winkleman.
This is too much.
Alex Cohen. What is the funniest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
I know one for yourself, but it's not PG.
You could just say it.
It relates to birthday candles.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
The worst rumor I've ever heard about myself was that I hooked up with Nikki Daglia.
That's another one.
That was a really bad one. And he wouldn't deny it either. I talked to him, I'm like, alright, look, like people are saying this, can you just like say that it didn't happen? He's like, yeah, like sure, whatever. And then he'd like go around and people would be like, oh, you hooked up with Lily? He'd be like, what will I be doing in 10 years?
You're gonna be on like a news station.
Natalie wants to go into private equity.
Got the money coming in, it ain't no issue.
I know you want to have a daughter named Lyra.
Yes, I love that name.
And Adeline.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Also, Declan, that's my boy's name. You want Ellie.
Ellie and. What are my 3 names?
Ellie,
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
What do I do that you hate?
You exaggerate a lot. If I'm like, oh, like this sucks, you're like, but how about, and like something about yourself. I'm like, can we just talk about how shitty this is for a second?